Hi, everyone. This week we're going to talk about bow distribution, and it's closely connected to bow speed in that we are going to make sure that we're matching our bow speed and bow distribution to the kinds of notes and rhythms that we are playing. This helps us to better control the bow as well as to create a better tone quality. So, when thinking of bow distribution, think about cutting your bow into pieces or segments. When we have a bow distribution factor of one, we're going to use one full bow for one full note, like we did with our bow speed practices. So, this is a bow distribution factor of one. I'm using one bow stroke for one note. Now, when we do bow distribution in a factor of two, we're going to be using the hooked bowing that I talked about in the intro video. The hooked bowing is two notes bowed in the same direction with a slight pause in between the two notes. And it's very critical when doing bow distribution to make sure that the bow stops halfway in the middle. So we use half of the note for the first note and half of the bow for the second note, like this. So that's a bow distribution factor of two. Now we can further divide our bow distribution and get a factor of four. So we're going to have four notes all played in the same bow direction, but with the pause in between each of those notes. So here's a distribution factor of four. And notice when doing the bow distribution practices, we're stopping the bow and we're evenly dividing the bow into sections based on how many notes we're playing. When we have a bow distribution of one, we use the full length of the bow for one note. In bow distribution factor of two, we're going to split the bow into half and play the first note with the first half of the bow, stop at exactly the middle of the bow, and then bow in the same direction for the next half of the bow. When doing a bow distribution a factor of four, we're splitting the bow into four segments. After practicing a bow distribution in factors of two and then four, we can then divide that into units of eight, like this. Now, this may not be something that we play in repertoire and in concerts, but by practicing our bow distribution, it gives us much better control of the bow and helps us to align our bow speed and bow distribution based on the rhythm and style that we are playing. So for this week's practice the bow distribution in a factor of two, then in four, and then in eight. And remember, evenly divide the bow for however many notes you are playing in that same bow direction. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.